Aloha, welcome to Java. Thank you kindly for joining me. This is for Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. Maybe I'll have to change the name from Java because this first story coming out saying why we may soon be drinking synthetic coffee. I think I'm going to have to change to tea strictly. So, again, blaming climate change making coffee beans harder to grow, alternatives made from date pits, chickpeas, or some other kind of seeds. I'm not actually sure what those are. Not for me, though. If it's not coffee, it's not coffee. So, with that, let's get into our markets. We've got our MMRI, favored risk indicator, as well as the fear and greed index, staying relatively stable. Kind of thought they would yesterday, little volatility, slight market chop, but not a lot of reports, so not too much happened. We do have the 10-year yield as well as the relative strength of the dollar rising slightly. So as it is, kind of put slight pressure on stocks. And we're looking at futures also showing a mixed board. So we've got a current sentiment is cautious or mixed in the open, kind of still an edge to the bulls. We'll be watching bonds. Watch that debt market. If there is a spike in the 10-year yield or the relative strength of the dollar, as they rise, they will crush stocks. And you will see prior to watching your stocks drop, there will be those two rising first, particularly watch that 10-year yield. That's why old traders watch that. So we're really headline driven trading at this moment, pretty fragile. So a lot of things could come in here. So still at the moment, a bit bullish, a little more chop maybe. Got a couple more things that are coming in. We'll go into that in a moment. I do want to mention that there was this coming out about stocks and commodities haven't moved in lockstep like this since 1980. So that's on the verge of a change, basically, moving into a commodities cycle or a super cycle, many believe. So still watching the bond rally. Watching the 10-year yield is basically the main indicator for that. We've got more sales coming ahead. So with that in our calendar, not expecting too much today. We've got wholesale inventories, but really more Fed speakers. They can always move the markets with whatever it is that they say. So prior to market open tomorrow, Thursday morning, we're getting jobless claims. That one could really do something. So, and then we've got San Francisco Fed president speaking as well. So more of the action we're seeing is due to earnings. We've got some decent sized earnings, but we're closing up now. We've got some large ones here, Affirm, Roblox, Robinhood now under some pressure, and a few others. So let's go on with what's going on with the banks. We've got privacy coin Monero. I know a lot of you like those. Now they're cracking down on it because they don't want any sort of this. They will no longer be able to available to trade on a peer-to-peer platform that was created. So they're trying to shut down the platforms and basically the any way exchanges, anything that they can regulate, because they cannot regulate the coins directly, and they truly cannot regulate true peer-to-peer, is basically barter. So if I come over and I want to borrow a cup of sugar and I decide to trade you eggs, that's basically barter. That's true peer-to-peer, and they cannot shut that down. There's other ways. So with this, let's go into what's happening globally and with the currency wars. We've got Nigeria. They have, this the way they're putting it, improved their dollar supply, and it's helping them settle their overseas debt. So going to go a little bit more into basically foreign currencies and exchange and why we have to watch these. But it's because they now are, there's a major change in their supply of dollars, paying off their debt. So they're gaining independence from this, which is great. So what are we watching? Blackstone and Starwood. They're split on their opinions on commercial property market risks, is the headline. I disagree. I think they do agree, just in different ways. So what's going on? They are both global managers of commercial real estate portfolios. So real estate transactions have declined globally for 7 consecutive quarters now. So, Starwood Capital has $115 billion under management, and they're saying they see more pain ahead with banks at risk failing because of the higher interest rates. And this has put pressure on the loans, and their portfolios are underwater basically. They're in negative equity space. So they're saying there's a huge distressed cycle ahead. In the meantime, Blackstone is saying that there's still a lot of pain ahead. However, they're saying it's because of what has already happened. So either way, same thing coming, just different directions to go about it. But they do agree there's more pain in the commercial real estate sector coming. So moving forward back to the cryptocurrency space, we've got Grayscale. They are withdrawing their Ethereum futures ETF application. So with that, we're seeing major shorting going on in that space, Ethereum in particular. So we've got rents set to be the last domino in the fall in global inflation battle. So mincing of words, again, words very important. They're talking about fall in inflation. You could also talk about it's just a matter of scale. And it goes to deflation. Deflation going in severity is recession or depression. So it's just a matter of how much that falls. So we're watching that. We've got the yen extending its fall despite global intervention. So again, going into this currency war, they are all devaluing their currency. They're all depreciating. Less purchasing power in any currency you choose in the world. So it's just which one is falling fastest. Right now, we've got the Japanese yen did depreciate past the 155 mark, which is pretty critical to the US dollar. And so it's giving back a lot of the gains that they were pushing by threatening intervention the last few weeks, last couple of weeks. So now Japanese authorities may be pushed to actually do something, step in, do some intervening. If they do, that will rock markets to a point. So that could be something to watch for as well. So with this, moving over to wars, we got the United States pausing weapon shipment to Israel over the concern of the Rafah invasion. Well, this in retrospect, and it's too late because they're already armed to the teeth if they really wanted to do something about this. And then on the other side, they always have one hand out front and one hand behind their back. The US military has just finished the Gaza Pier. This is supposed to be for getting aid into the Palestinian people, the civilians and innocents. However, they're having issues with getting it into place, facing high winds and weather, which is kind of ironic because that's partially due to their own making. However, as soon as they get this in place, there will be all of a sudden an emergency to use it for other purposes that they had never thought of before. So that's what's going to come out. So we've got Turkey has a special place in Iran's good neighborliness policy. This is coming from Iran's foreign minister. So we're watching kind of a battle of sides going on here that we've been speaking about. Huge story on the side to this NATO state ready to send troops to Ukraine. So this time it's Lithuania. Last week we were talking about France. So with this, we've got the Turkish Patriotic Party sounding the alarm, saying that they are in danger because of their NATO membership. So they are currently NATO member. However, with all of this going on, they don't really want a part of this. They've got one foot in both sides. They are a physical land bridge as well as a political and now a war bridge, and that does put them in danger. So with all of this, I'd like to bring up one more way that we can step outside of this, and this is the garden pharmacy, if you can chew your medicine. So I just want to say, all of these plants we're going over, you can build an absolutely beautiful garden. So the one we're going over today is rosemary. I know a lot of people don't like this. In fact, I had a friend tell me they don't like rosemary because it's like chewing on pine needles. And I agree, it is a little similar. I like it rosemary lemon chicken and multiple other ways. However, let's get into the benefits. It can improve your memory. It's easy to grow. It's a shrub. Reduce your blood sugar spikes. Helps prevent cataracts. Normalizes your weight. Helps prevent skin damage. And it's good for your hair, mental activity, all of these other things. It's good for your liver and also helps your body cells and DNA from radical free damage. So basically guards against cancer as well. So just my opinion, not a doctor, not medical advice, not financial advice, all for entertainment here. So with that, I wish you all a wonderful day. If you would please like the video, leave me a comment. I love all of your comments. Thank you so much for your suggestions. We will be getting into comfrey and several others. I really love your comments and suggestions. So with that, until I see you again, my friends, stay free.